Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Well, things are looking a little bit different today. I'm not in my regular spot. I'm actually on a vacation. I have not had a vacation in so long and it's kind of weird because I'm kind of feeling out of my element. But I wanted to keep filming because I wanted to talk about some of the most recent news. Oh, and by the way, my little Otis, he is actually staying with a dog sitter. And I can't imagine how stressed he is because he ain't never been with nobody else but me. So he's probably a little like anxiety right now, but there's other dogs there that he can play with. So can't wait to find out how things are going. So if you're following me on Instagram, I'll be posting some videos from my trip and with Otis when I go to pick him up. Okay, so let's get into this story. We are talking about Prince Harry has arrived in the UK. Now, there's going to be the unveiling of the statue. He had to leave to go to the UK a little bit early so that he can self-quarantine before he could come out and be amongst the people. And, the lady that I spoke with on my channel, Jenny from Sussex, well, she and I were talking and I was thinking about this too. She made a good point. They should probably just cancel this or not really make it such a big deal, because if you see these brothers at this event that's supposed to be a tribute to their mother, the tension, the everything about what's going to be happening at this event is going to really be distracted because of the relationship that these two brothers are in. And it's something that, we know Princess Diana would not want to see her boys getting along like this. And it just has gotten so ugly that it's going to really take away the good feeling that you're supposed to be invoking during this special time. And it's going to be overshadowed by all the nastiness and ugliness that Harry's wife has essentially brought into the fold, because we know she's the one who has invoked all of this. She's the one. So, but anyway, so he lands in the UK, and apparently before he left, there was a big scare at the airport. Someone had busted through a gate, and they had to close down the terminals. And right before he was supposed to leave, and it's like this man is finding himself with a lot of trouble. Everything that he is going to be doing essentially is going to be followed and looked at and scrutinized, because he just brings drama. Because his life is drama now. So he even got drama leaving going to the airport to go to the UK. And there's a big story about some fugitive. I don't know what was going on, but like, he in a new element now, Harry. His whole life is just going to be filled with a bunch of just nonsense, drama, scandal. Like, he needs to just wake up to his new reality show, because the cameras, everything is following him now. He's just going to be doing his own thing, and stuff just going to be happening around him to be a part of the show, essentially. So, you're just going to catch him in all kind of craziness. But anyway, so Harry is doing his thing. He is back in the UK, going to self-quarantine. Harry's second visit. So Harry's visit comes just over 2 months after he flew back from his new home in California to attend his grandfather Philip's funeral. And just think about this. Just think about now how his life has turned around. He's going to find himself flying back and forth, UK, LA, because, we have so much that is going to be going on, important things. He's going to have to be constantly flying now to the UK. How is he going to get along emotionally with all the things that are going on in his new reality show in LA? And then he's going to have to fly over into London, where he gets the anxieties, because we know he gets his anxieties every time he goes towards London, Heathrow. I'm sure when the pilot's like, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the London airport, and London Heathrow airport, and he's going to be getting that all the time. He's going to be getting constantly hearing that they're ready to land over in Heathrow, London Heathrow airport. It's just going to be the constant anxiety attacks, coming towards him, and he's going to have to keep putting up with more and more and more of these, because we know that there's other things that are coming up, especially if he's going to continue with his Invictus games and maybe some of the other charities that he's going to be a part of. Tragedies, important things, ceremonies of people getting married. Like, he is now the one who has been brought into this fold of a chaotic lifestyle. He is the one essentially who has had to give up everything and be inconvenienced and having to now just make his life disrupted to go do the duty and things that he needs to do so he can have this pretend lifestyle that he thinks he wants in California. He thinks he wants it, but he don't. He don't want it. So I just think about how he's going to have to maneuver all of this. How is that going to affect him emotionally? It's going to definitely impact him. And only time is going to tell. And the other thing that I was looking at is that Megan, on the birth certificate for Lilibet, she did not put her Megan Duchess of Sussex on it. She put just her name, Rachel Meghan Markle. And I wonder why she did this. Was she commanded to do that? Did she make it a choice to do that? But on the book, I think perhaps because she did put her name, Megan, the Duchess of Sussex, on the spine of the book. Usually the title, I think, of the book goes on the spine, right? But she got the title, the name, Megan, Duchess of Sussex, on the spine. So perhaps because she did that, she can't use the title anymore because she was clearly using it for branding purposes. So I don't know, but it tells you something has happened, transpired, that has changed how she can move forward with that title. Now that we see that when she had Archie, she put her title on the birth certificate, for Archie, but for Lilibet, she didn't. She put her regular birth name. So I find that interesting. Now the other thing is that they have this lucrative deal with Netflix, we know, and it looks like Netflix is trying to bring back more episodes of The Crown with the spin around Harry and Meghan more into the fold, with comparisons of Diana, like trying to create some storyline around the similarities of this couple. And that's going to have to be another video because we're going to have to just break that down. Like, there ain't no comparison of our Diana to this thing over here, okay? There just ain't. And we ain't going to stand for it because we know that that's a fraud. That is simply a fraud. And anyone trying to make that comparison legitimately with a straight face and looking at you serious, like we're trying to make a serious comparison, we're gonna have to like put that down. We're gonna smack that down because there can't be no comparison, because that's just an abomination. You are creating essentially a serious sin if you think you're gonna compare in a good way how similar our beloved Diana was to this scape. We're not doing that because you can't do that. That's just mixing oil and water. It don't go together, right? So that's going to be another story. But I find it interesting that they are trying to do that. And we know that it's going to be spun around to put in a negative, good PR light with the Sussexes because they got this deal with Netflix. So they're not fooling nobody. We're not having it. So don't even try to bring that in. But going back to the story, because we're going to talk about that. So Harry's going to be over in the UK, and he is actually going to be alongside his brother William. Now, Jenny and I were talking about this. Is this really a good thing? Is this really a good thing to have William and Harry doing this unveiling of this statue together during this time where we know the brothers are going to be really taking from this story with all of their drama? really essentially the drama that Harry is bringing into the fold, because Harry, we know, is the one that got these cameras following him and the drama. I wouldn't be surprised if that whole thing that happened with the car wreck at the Los Angeles airport, that was part of the reality show. They were like, here, we're going to go ahead and have this crash of this vehicle on the tarmac right before you go to leave to take off. It's part of the storyline. I can see it. I can see them trying to interject all kind of just craziness around Harry. So it's like, you anywhere near Harry, in his vicinity, you a part of anything that he is doing, you're going to get caught up. You're essentially caught up into his nonsense of his reality show. So beware. And so the focus on the people over in the UK, the royals in the UK, during the unveiling of this statue, they are essentially going to be a part of this reality show. And we know Prince Charles is not going to be there. He said, look, I'm going out of town. Y'all, that's y'all's mama. I'm going to let y'all go do y'all's mama during the unveiling of this statue, and I'm out of here. And Charles and Camilla, they ain't going to be around. And I think it's better that way. I really do. Because you cannot have Camilla, as much as I have grown to respect how she knows her place and she has done her role in a way that's commendable. But because of the conflict that she had with Diana, she can't be there for this tribute. And Charles, I think he just can't be there either, because we know his son Harry is creating drama for him. All the things he said about him during the interview and the revealing of information from their phone calls. Like Charles, he just probably gonna want to just go off on Harry if he see him. So he just get me out away from him. Like, he don't want to have to even look at him. And that is the best thing to do, because we dignify. We don't do stuff crazy like that. We ain't in the ghetto. Okay, we royalty. We're very upstanding, and we don't do that kind of thing, Although, he done brought people on the brink of what to just smack them down, because he didn't just make people so angry. This is sometimes the best thing to do to prevent any, conflict, or, we want to save face, essentially. So we're just not going to do that. So it comes after Harry and Meghan have made several explosive comments and claims in this series of interviews. So Harry's appearance alongside William on Thursday is going to be watched very closely by commentators, and I'm going to be watching. Now, I'm still trying to see if this is going to be a live event, because I will be doing a live on my channel to watch it. So we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be following it, because we got drama coming. And it's unfortunate, because this is something that should not be dramatized. And Diana, unfortunately, she would not want her sons fighting and having this negative flow of energy around them, while something so memorial for this of this unveiling is going to be bittersweet, essentially, because we're just hoping that just not a bunch of other ruckus happens while they're doing this. The event is being staged at Sunken Gardens at Kensington Palace, Diana's former home. Among those attending will be Diana's close family members of the statue committee, the sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, and a garden designer, Pip Morrison. During Meghan and Harry's bombshell interview with Oprah in March, they accused an unnamed member of the royal family, not the Queen or Philip, of racism, saying that they had expressed concerns about how dark Archie's skin tone might be. So this was really essentially the last thing that has happened since Harry has been there. And well, no, there was the funeral, right? But there's been other things happening with the talking to the media about the conversations that have been had. Gayle King went on camera talking about what essentially was discussed and all of that. So and then also the Duchess, she criticized the institution for not helping her with her mental health struggles. Lie, everything that we know that she has essentially said has been a lie. Just doing things to invoke some kind of backlash so that she can create drama into the reality series. Because as far as I'm concerned right now, they are a walking reality show. Because what we are seeing with this couple is so unprecedented. There's never been anything like what we're seeing in this moment. And it is being fueled by this woman's desire for fame and for notoriety and for power, and narcissism has latched onto this woman, and she's got a tunnel, a swirling tornado around her in her life now, and Harry's caught up in it, and anyone that's in their orbit is going to be caught up in this whirlwind of a tornado. And it is a whirlwind where you're in this reality show and you don't know what your lines are going to be. You don't know the plot. You don't know nothing. You just provoked to do something to get caught up in the storyline, essentially. So people are being very apprehensive about even being near Harry or saying anything to him. And I just want to watch the royal family give him the cold shoulder. Give him the cold shoulder. Just show him, put your foot down. Like, start showing him what you are doing is unacceptable. And if that woman shows up, his wife, it's going to really be one. I'm going to hit the floor if that happens. I'm going to literally drop and hit the floor if I see her, because I'm going to be in disbelief. My whole body going to go limp from the sight of seeing her. We can't see her. So let's just hope that don't happen. Because I'm too old to be falling down on the floor. I'm just too old for that. So she was criticized. She criticized the institution about not helping her with her mental health. You know, Harry claimed that his father Charles and brother, that they were trapped in the royal family, just saying all this nonsense. The Queen responded, saying that, you know, they take all these things serious. Meghan, with the allegations of bullying that were coming up about Meghan being a bully, and now there's an investigation into these bullying claims. It's just so much drama going on, y'all. It's crazy. It's just like, for real, y'all, the royal family. Y'all's royal. And y'all done got caught up. And see, this is why they should have known better. They should have known not to bring this woman. Didn't the brother Thomas Jr. warn them? We got to go back and read that letter from Thomas Jr. because he was keeping it real. He told them. They can't say they weren't warned. They cannot say they weren't warned, because they were. But people laughed them off, and now look who's laughing. Okay. So, you know, William, we know, told everyone that we're very much not a racist family. So I just am finding this very interesting to see what's going to happen on Thursday for the unveiling of the statue. And also, I want to let everyone know I'm going to be in England. Yes, later this year, I will actually be going to Germany and to England, and I'm so excited. So make sure you stay tuned to my channel, because I just might be popping up in a few places, visiting a few places that you are not going to want to miss. I promise you, because I'm getting ready and it's going to be going down. Me in Europe is going to be a magnificent thing, because I'm going to be up close